Journal Record editor Ted Struley joins us now to discuss other stories making news in business this week. Ted, thanks for being with us.
Glad to be here.
Well, increasing numbers of child care providers in Oklahoma are closing their doors. What's driving that?
Well, they're saying it's just increased financial pressure. They just can't make any money. It's really a pretty staggering number. There are just a little over 2,400 child care facilities around the state, but that's down more than a third from 2008, just 8 years ago. And those existing 2,400 child care providers have 20% fewer spaces available. The irony in that is that the ones who are surviving are starting to raise their rates because demand is clearly outweighing supply at this point, and that's going to make it harder for parents.
The Oklahoma Institute for Child Advocacy has a new head.
Right? It's Joe Dorman, former gubernatorial candidate and state representative. What OICA does, other than the Kids Counts program, which a lot of people are familiar with, they do a lot of child advocacy, particularly out at the Capitol. So Dorman says he'll be able to use his contacts on both sides of the aisle to have a voice for children.
Well, a lawsuit has been filed by supporters of that medical marijuana involving a rewrite of that ballot question. What's at issue there?
Well, the Attorney General rewrote the title on that proposition and took out the part about the marijuana being legal if prescribed by a doctor. Proponents of that measure say that'll confuse people to think that they're voting to broadly legalize marijuana regardless of a doctor's involvement, and that's not the case.
Plans to move the state auditor and inspector's office from the Capitol have been derailed. Do you know why?
Well, Gary Jones kind of put his foot down and said, we're not going anywhere, and accused some of his colleagues out at the Capitol of a space grab in that $245 million renovation. So they'll still have their offices there for the auditor.
All right, Ted Struley with the Journal Record, thank you so much for being with us.
My pleasure.